Okay, so I was just listening to this podcast, The Florence Given Show, highly recommend. And she was talking about how when you're queer, you get used to questioning the norms, questioning the status quo, questioning the pathway everyone's taking because you're feeling different things or you're just brave enough to question. And so you kind of question your whole life and you get used to being able to break through the normal patterns. And that brings you to like a freer life. And it was interesting because growing up in a religious way, I realized that it's like complete opposite. It's all about the following the following the rules, being told the way, and that's the way. You know what I mean? Like not questioning it. And now I've started questioning everything, and it's been incredible in changing my life. And it's interesting because, like, anything you discover about yourself is a gift, is a delicious thing about you, and it's like absolutely gorgeous. So as I started questioning myself, it was interesting because my whole life I just naturally assumed I'm straight because that's what I'm told, that's the way. And as I started questioning and thinking about it, at first it was terrifying. Growing up religious and in one way and then starting to question is fucking terrifying, honestly. Like thinking, oh my gosh, what if I am a lesbian and I'm married to a guy? I'm like, oh, that's like scary. And to decide to think about it and really figure out if that is true for me was really hard and really important and very powerful. And so I let myself go down that route of like really questioning my sexuality and what is it and who am I and stuff. And I discovered that I'm pansexual, and that's just beautiful for me to know. Like it doesn't change anything about my life. Like I feel completely normal and the same as before I knew, but now I know, like now it's something I know about myself, and it's incredible. So yeah, it's just like learning how to do the scary thing and question and get to know yourself and discover what you find. I've been watching this like TV show. It's a British TV show called Virgin Islands, and it's on the BBC, I think. But I've been watching it on YouTube, so because I'm in America, so I highly recommend. But it was really cool because there was these two people on the show. One of them was thought that maybe she was bi but hadn't had an experience with a guy, and so she was had some like little meetings, like what do you call that, like a therapist session maybe with a guy, and she sat on the same couch and literally was shaking and like felt uncomfortable, and so they switched her out with a female therapist, and it really changed, and she had this realization that she is a lesbian, and everything just flooded her senses and her awareness, and her, like, you could see her light up, and you could see that everything just clicked and made sense as she like realized something about herself that was so true that she wasn't seeing before. And it was like the absolute most beautiful, gorgeous thing to see. Like, you don't really get to see that someone discovers something so fucking big about themselves. And then like it was incredible. She figured that out in her therapy session and then went back to the group, and she was like really happy and exactly like she was before, just happier. And there was no difference. It was just like, she just now knows something about herself. She told the whole group, and everyone was like super supportive, and so it was just like insanely beautiful. And then there was this other person who was, I guess, like born like into this planet with a male body, but then also feels a little bit 50-50 like masc femme. And so he always just went with him, like he, him. And on this show, he had a realization where he realized he thinks that he's non-binary. And so then he was able to switch to going from he, him to non-binary and really feeling a connection closer to himself, because he recognized something so deeply important to him. He became aware that he connects to a non-binary experience that is fucking life-changing. Non-binary, sorry. And it's just interesting when they go on that journey to discover who they are and what they find, and just let themselves be that. Then they went back to the group, and everyone was so happy, and it was just like really sweet. Nothing changed. Everyone was still friends and lovely, and it was just such a really special thing to capture and to see. Like, people are just on their journey figuring this life out, and while figuring this life out, discovering who they are. And I think that's like a huge part of why we're on this earth, is to get to know ourselves. And the people that are doing that are so fucking brave. So if you're questioning and you're getting to know you and you're loving yourself, I am so proud of you. And if you're struggling with that, it's okay. It takes time, and you can start anytime, and it's worth it, and it's wonderful. So I just hope that you're having a good day, you're asking the questions, you're being kind to yourself, being friends with yourself, and celebrate anything you find. Discovering anything about yourself is so fucking incredible. It is the gift. So continue to accept yourself. Okay, bye.